ringside, and we're ready to go with another big day championship wrestling.
Boy, today we got Phil Hickerson coming in here in the opening match. A bit later on, you will see Robert Fuller, the Tennessee stud. Great Senshi will be here with Tojo Yamamoto. Max Payne will be here, and a super expiration of time match should be as Brickhouse Brown will be going against Billy Travis.
Oh, boy, that son of a gun will have some action in there. By the way, Dave, we have got...
Robert Fuller's very mad at you. You call yourself such a great announcer. I used to think you were good, but he's mad at you. The biggest announcement in the history of the CWA. You won't even come out here and make it. Robert Fuller is so upset at you.
Bruno, we don't need to start a show like this.
We don't need to start a show.
Hey, let's take a break. We'll be back into the ring for action.
Wait a minute. What about now?
Got a match coming up here. Please let us get on with the match. I'm not standing up for Pittsburgh. I don't want to hear anything. We have some very distinguished visitors.
Robert Ford is very upset with you. Yeah, we have some distinguished visitors. Down, good on the stool.
This is...
Thank you very much.
Can we just get on with the match?
Let me have the mic over here for just a second, because it seems as usual that you're stubbling your toes getting into the program here because there's something of interest that all of these people want to know, and you're holding back the news. The news is, gentlemen, right here, Mr. Gary Young looking the finest he's ever looked right here. We got Buckhouse Brown on top of the world right there. Let me introduce you to Sylvia on the other side, prettiest lady in America, and then my man downtown, Bruno. You'll see that there's a couple of them missing, and one of them is the finest man of the hour. I'm talking about, man, my bandolero in the back. I'm talking about Phil Hickerson. Bring him out here. He's the new
Speed this up a little bit, please. What? He is the new CWA heavyweight champion. Hey, we were going to make the announcement, I'm telling you.
You don't want to be late about it. Let's get his hand up, guys. That's the man right there. What do you think about Max Payne there? What do you think about Max Payne?
That was great. You know, I said, I told everybody I was going to beat him like a dog and everything. 2 minutes and 47 seconds.
No.
I'll beat that guy like a dog.
Hey, come on.
Let me tell you something. Let me say this. Max Payne, if you're anywhere and you can hear this, Max Payne, I don't know what they named him Max Payne for, because he didn't show me nothing. I'll tell you exactly what you showed me. You showed me that you should change your name from Max Payne to Maxi Pad, because that's exactly what he is. He's like yesterday's book. Now, just to show you what I'm going to do, you run around to these promoters and everything, and you want another rematch. Well, just to show you that I'm the champion that I am, that I'm going to give you a rematch, and I'll guarantee you I'll beat your brains out in a 1 minute and 51 seconds, Lance Russell.
It's easy to talk about.
Because, hey, everybody knows that I'm a fighting champion, right?
Yeah.
I am a fighting champion. I'm not like, I don't sit back and wait for people to come to me. I go to people. I'll fight anybody, anywhere.
Yeah.
I'll fight a tiger in a telephone booth. It was just this morning. Let me tell you what I do when I get up in the mornings. Man, I get up and I got a big gorilla, and every morning I go out in the back and I beat the gorilla's brains out, and that gorilla's bad too, brother. And I get so bad, I beat him so bad that my wife has to come out there and get me off that gorilla. But to show you the type of terrible man I am, who am I wrestling today? Just who am I wrestling?
What's he got?
Give me that.
Sean Baxter, I think. You're going to have to pick it up.
Sean Baxter.
Sean
Rock and roll punk. Rock and roll. I hate rock and roll music, Lance Russell. I despise it. I hate it. But let me tell you something. I'll tell you exactly how terrible. I am so good, I'm going to beat this kid's brains out. I'll give this punk a championship match right now. Right here on TV. I'll put this belt up.
You will make this match a championship match and put the CWA belt on the line?
Exactly right. That's what his heart is going to give this guy a chance.
It's not that I doubt your word or anything, but I doubt your word. I'm going to see if Eddie Marlin is out here. Eddie, if Eddie is back there, I'd like to get him out here. Before we get this match started, let's not start this, because Eddie... It's binding, though. If he gets beat, Shawn Baxter gets the title.
Baxter's the champion.
Okay. You heard it. It is a championship match, and if
put the title up right now, you know, he's big to want to do it, but that's a fast decision to come right out here and say he can do it.
yeah,
you know,
he's the one that brought it up, Robert, and just be certain he understands that if he gets beat in there, that the title will go to Shawn Baxter. It's official. This is not just Phil Hickerson conversation.
All right, we've got a championship match then. Challenger Shawn Baxter out of Pensacola, Florida. Champion Phil Hickerson out of Jackson, Tennessee.
Did it all of a sudden get crowded here or something,
boy, sure
Dave? What
did.
happened to the good old days where we used to be able to do our comments? Whoa! Phil Hickerson.
Because he don't think this is right that you'd have Eddie Martin or anybody come out here and make this a title match that fast. Now, Phil Hickerson's one of the greatest guys in the world, certainly the greatest man to ever come out of Jackson, Tennessee, but in the same token, when he just comes out of the kindness of his heart and says he'll defend the title out here, and you come right out and bite it off just like that, that's not the way businesses are run, if you ask me.
That's the way businesses are run, Robert. We don't have some guy making an idle comment and then back out on it if he should get beaten by Shawn Baxter. I should take his word for it. Well, it is official now. Oh, beautiful hip toss. Shawn Baxter puts the new CWA heavyweight champ Phil Hickerson down.
Anytime you see a long-haired punk come out here like that, he's probably on drugs up there anyway. But anytime you see a punk come out all colored up, hair like he's got, goofy like he's looking, you can bet one thing, there'll be a lot of cheating going on in this match. Watch carefully, Shawn.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that you'd probably be too far wrong. I can imagine how it's going to go from Hickerson's standpoint.
Imagine some cheating, but which side, right?
Top wrist lock, Shawn Baxter on Phil Hickerson. Downtown Bruno at ringside, gorgeous Gary Young and Robert Fuller keeping tab on the commentary. What were you talking about, cheating, Robert? Yeah. Sure.
He's all man, baby. He's all man. You know, just moments ago, Lance, I saw that punk in Phil's hair, and I was wondering when he was going to retaliate. That's the kind of man Phil is. He's going to wait for his opportunity to get even with you, and I saw the punk trying to get his fingers through his hair, and so Phil just turned it around on him. That's all it was.
I know. I know your logic and the way it goes, Robert. All too well. This is an official CWA heavyweight title match as Phil Hickerson won the title. He and all of his rowdy friends from Max Payne. And right now, oh, nice reversal by Baxter. Took him all the way over.
He had to get in the fingers right there to be able to take that big man over. You don't take a big man Phil Hickerson's size and flip him over like that when you're a punk like that unless you got his fingers split apart. And I saw it clear as night and day. Where's the referee in this ring, huh?
There goes Fuller complaining about the tactics of Shawn Baxter because Hickerson got dumped over by a very good move. And big handful, David. Yep. No doubt about that.
Yeah, no doubt at all. He grabbed him by the hair and yanked him down. As Fuller and Bruno had the referee's attention diverted over here.
Shawn Baxter challenging for, he didn't realize that in his young life the opportunity was going to come that quick for a CWA heavyweight title match, and Hickerson, he's the one that opened his mouth and said, I'm such a big man about defending the title, I'll make this a heavyweight title defense, and Eddie Marlin, we got out here to confirm that, so it is on the line, and if Baxter beats him, he is the new champion.
You know, and what you're going to happen, if that was to happen, which it never will, you'd have a bum in there as your champion. I want you to know it right now. That you look around this stable group, you see nothing but gentlemen here, baby. Well-dressed, ready to go gentlemen. And that kid in there has got about as much chance of beating Phil Hickerson as night and day. And one more thing, if he did beat him, he wouldn't be the kind of champion these people need, because just take a good look at him and go ahead and run him down straight.
Well, he has a little more hair than Phil Hickerson. There's no question about that. he has a little more.
Looks like a vagrant, man. Looks like a goddamn vagrant.
Yeah, that's gorgeous Gary Young making his comments.
Eyes covered up by all that nasty looking hair. He ain't washed his body.
That kid ought to get out and get a blister on his finger and maybe on his thumb. That ought to be his way of working. That right here is not his game. Just like Jeff Jarrett ought to be pumping the gas in the gas station, this punk right here ought to have a blister on his finger or his thumb, you know. Ought to be playing that guitar somewhere. Give up the rough game, because it don't look like he made up for it to me.
Well, you never know it, but this is a CWA heavyweight title match with interspersed commentary from the Tennessee stud Robert Fuller and gorgeous Gary Young. Downtown Bruno down at ringside trying to distract the referee on every occasion. Hickerson misses the big swing and elbow. Shawn Baxter coming back. He's looking good, Dave.
He is indeed. Look at him dump Hickerson over his shoulder. And wait. With that right hand ready, Hickerson backed into the turnbuckles, whipped across the way. He hung in the corner. Baxter went in after him, but not too fast. Baxter slowed down a bit. Oh, look at this. Oh, look out. Here comes Brickhouse Brown in. And look, well, you can see him right there in front of your eyes. Phil Hickerson has just wrapped a chain around that right hand.
Hickerson just put it to good use. While Brickhouse distracted, Hickerson went, pulled a chain out, nailed Shawn Baxter 1, 2, 3, and that is that. Whoa! Who's in the ring but Big Max Payne? Max comes out of here as they were going to add some additional punishment on Shawn Baxter. Big Max comes rolling in there, and they decided very good time to grab the belt and get out of here. Referee Jerry Calhoun hit. I missed that.
I didn't see what happened either, but apparently he got knocked down there. He's not in good shape down here on the floor.
Boy, he's down on the floor, and it looks like his ankle was hurt down there. Max, you were in the nick of time to come in because they weren't through beating on him after Hickerson hit him with that chain.
Lance, this is just too much. I'm not going to come out here and get mad. Phil Hickerson, you didn't beat me with a chain. You didn't beat Shawn Baxter with a chain. Or you didn't beat us for a match. You beat us with a chain, and you cheated. You cheated all these people out here. You cheated the Max Payne fans in Memphis. But I'm not going to get mad. I'm not going to get irate. I'm not going to get burned up about it, because my mama taught me an important lesson. I don't get mad. I get even. That's right. Whatever it takes, I'll do it. That's right. If I have to bring a chain, then that's what I'll have to do. But Phil Hickerson, that belt's going to be back around my waist.
I hate to interrupt you guys, Max and Lance, but Phil Hickerson, you beat me with a chain, buddy, and that's the only way you're going to beat me. You might think you're a giant in the wrestling business, but this is a giant killer right here. And another thing, don't you ever, and I mean ever, interfere in my matches again. That was the most important match of my career, and you blew it. Well, let me tell you something. I'm going to be after you like nothing you've ever seen, boy.
Better be ready, guns cocked and loaded. Shawn Baxter and I will be there.
Big Max Payne. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back in just one moment. Okay, back to the action right here on Channel 7's Championship Wrestling coming up in just a moment. Hey, by the way, next week the action will be at 12:30 on Sunday for our TV action. Wednesday night is when it's going to take place right down in the Evansville Coliseum. We got a big main event where Lawler and Jeff Jarrett will be going against Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden, and a grudge match. It's going to have the great Senshi going against Billy Travis. You may find out how tough this young man is.
You don't get too fresh to you with me. You understand? That's
poke me, please.
I can't poke you. I can't poke you.
Don't
That's
poke
also
me.
I don't care, but I want to tell these Jerry Jarrett, one-eye bandit, no good son of a gun. Now he go get Bill Travis. Bill Travis now want to go against the great Senshi, but I tell you what, Jerry Jarrett can get all his friends. Jeff Jarrett and Jerry Jarrett can put all the head together, get all their friends, and go against Senshu. But I tell you what, the great Senshu is the greatest in the world, and the great Senshu is going to give Bill Travis a good wrestling lesson. He's going to torture and crucify him, and he's going to hurt him bad. And Bill Travis, you will never see wrestling business in your life again. Banda Yatke!
Yeah, well, a lot of people have tried to put Billy Travis out and around. This young man continues to keep coming back. And what I'm talking about, he may be more than the great Senshi has on his mind when he goes into that ring. CWA heavyweight title match will have Phil Hickerson defending that title that he obtained from Max Payne. Maybe a little help outside had something to do with it. Big Max has his eye on getting that belt right back around his waist. Additionally, with Fuller banned from ringside, Tommy Gilbert will have a chance to go in there against gorgeous Gary Young, and that kind of evens thing up when you don't have Fuller out there at the ringside trying to interfere in it. Remember the main event, Lawler and Jarrett against Fuller and Golden, big night of action Wednesday. And as promised, we've got the Tennessee stud Robert Fuller coming up in the ring right now on our next match. We've still got 4 to go right here on Championship Wrestling, or somewhere close to it. We're going to try to have the time to get them all in. Coming out now with Robert Fuller is again gorgeous Gary Young. Downtown Bruno and Sylvia. Always a bunch around the Tennessee
As you'll see,
stud.
Gary's looking real good today. What we're doing, we're cutting differential between a farm boy over in the middle Tennessee and my man Gary Young here. That is top of the line, Daddy. And Gary, what are you going to be doing, baby?
Well, you know, Lance, it's real simple. Tommy Gilbert, in your day, brother, you was a good teacher and you was a great wrestler. But now it's gone full circle. You're no longer the teacher, you're the student. The new breed, baby, and you're looking at the new breed all around me, is on top. And it's a lesson I'm going to have to teach you. And you know, Lance, I understand Tommy Gilbert lost his match, you know, and he goes crying off to Randy Hales and everybody, and he wants to have Robert Fuller banned from ringside. Well, that's fine, Tommy. You know, I talked to Robert. Robert said, it don't matter because, you know, I don't ever interfere in your matches because you're so good anyway. I'll just stay away from ringside. So go ahead and come on out there and come get a lesson. And get a lesson of your life, son, because that's what it's going to be. The new breed is teaching the old-timers what it's all about. And you know what, Gary, Robert, I think this boy right here is doing a good job.
Hey, no, man, that's Cowboy.
I mean,
Cowboy. Get over here. You talking about thought cows. He's getting going here. The Cowboy on the other side.
That's right.
Listen, you better keep him in this trouble.
No, that's right. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Cowboy, baby, we got it down here.
You got some natural built trouble.
Before I go in this ring right here and take care of business, I want to make something very clear to everybody, though. As you know, that in the wrestling game, you can use many different devices to bust somebody up. As you saw in a baseball game, that puck got hurt right here in this studio. What a sad event that was. But right now, what I'm fixing to demonstrate is the way to do it, baby. I got a wrestling hold that'll put a man down and put him down good. I'm going to demonstrate that to all of this audience right now, and then I'm going to be demonstrating it to you out there when I get to your town, because, baby, I'm going to leg breaking. I'm tired of working on arms.
Well, let's get it on.
You're going to have to do something about these clothes, brother. You need to take lessons.
Well, you know, I know.
Help you over here.
You're one for giving lessons.
$50 double polyester.
You may not find that it's going to be so easy to give Tommy Gilbert a lesson when it comes. Yeah, thanks. Okay, David, here we go.
All right, we got one fall, 15-minute time limit match here. 227 pounds out of Arkansas, Alan Reynolds, and going against him out of Atlanta, Georgia, the Tennessee stud at 252 pounds.
Wait, Dave, wait.
Robert Fuller.
What do you mean Atlanta, Georgia? Let's get it right. If he was from Atlanta, Georgia, he'd be the Georgia stud. He's from Knoxville, Tennessee.
All right.
You understand me? Knoxville, Tennessee. How can you?
Hey.
Now, Dave, you must be ignorant.
Come on, give us a break, will you, Bruno, for crying out loud? We got a match coming up here.
But, man, that was pretty stupid. He just announced him from Atlanta, Georgia, and called him the Tennessee stud. He's from Knoxville, Tennessee. That's East Tennessee.
Fuller has been known as the Tennessee stud for years, Bruno. He still is known. I don't want to stand here. Hey, I'm as dumb as he is to sit here and argue with somebody like
what am I? I'm a
downtown.
Pennsylvania stud. Superstar Bruno, the Pennsylvania stud. Pennsylvania stud.
Well, why don't you turn around and settle your differences with Bunkhouse?
I got no difference with him. The guy pulls his hair. He pulled his hair. Now, all that's going to do is make Robert mad, and looks like he did. Uh-oh. You know, Lancer, I got no differences with Mr. Brown here. This ain't no clown suit no more. See, I'm not shining those shoes. This is a nice $800 red jumpsuit. Superstar Downtown Bruno's happy. Everybody in the stud stable's great. Bunkhouse. We got our champion Phil, gorgeous Gary. We got handsome Jimmy. We got, we got the stud, young Robert Fuller. We got the beautiful Sylvia. We got downtown good-looking superstar Bruno.
You've got to admit, this is the best stable that you've ever seen. This is the best group of wrestlers that's ever formed. Yeah. It's like a bond, you know. It's like the band of the hand, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all work just like fingers on a hand, brother, and we all sticking together, and we're going to see, we'll overcome everything. We're going to have it our way. Like I said, Gary Young here, the greatest one I've ever seen. Robert Fuller's one of the great, and look at me. What can I say about myself, you know? The CWA heavyweight champion. We beat everybody around here, and we're going to continue to beat everybody.
One thing I'll agree with, you're certainly thick as thieves. I don't think anybody can deny that. That's just an old statement like Mama says it bees that way.
Sometimes, yeah. You know, Lance, I'll tell you what. The greatest competition.
Fuller goes in. Grapevines a leg, rolls him over and brings it up back. Man, oh man, that's going to be it. He has got double pressure on that leg. And Robert Fuller is going to get a submission on Alan Reynolds with we have never made any implication that Fuller can't wrestle. He just adds a lot of things to it. Well, he does have a repertoire of holds that you cannot believe, and let me tell you, he just used one of them right there.
That was one of them. No doubt about it when he got it on there that Alan Reynolds was not going to be able to continue. Reynolds gave it up. 2 minutes, 3 seconds to time, and a victory for Robert Fuller.
Lance Russell, this man promised me the buck back in 30 days, and I believe it.
Oh, I see. How do you think Phil Hickerson's going to feel about that? We don't want to bring up any trouble or anything like that.
Somebody's going to suffer.
Okay. And the stable.
Come through for me, too.
Oh, okay, Brickhouse.
Baby mama said it that way sometimes.
All right, well, while they're getting Alan Reynolds out, we're going to take time out, and we'll be back in just a moment. First thing I want to say to you is wrestling action next week here on Channel 7 will be at 12:30 on Sunday. Program change, 12:30 on Sunday. Do us a favor, spread the word around all the wrestling fans. Let them know that CWA will be on Sunday at 12:30. Now, let me run over the entire card again for Wednesday night. Boy, I think you're going to like it. Should be a night of big action. Shawn Baxter will open up in a match with Brickhouse Brown, and already you've seen a little of what is going to be taking place when Shawn and Brickhouse get in that ring. Robert Fuller will be banned from ringside. Good news for Tommy Gilbert. He'll be facing gorgeous Gary Young, and that'll make the odds a little bit even one-on-one. How about a CWA heavyweight title match when Phil Hickerson goes against the former champ Max Payne? A grudge match with a great Senshi facing Billy Travis, Tojo, of course, at ringside. And then the tag action main event, Fuller and Golden against the King, Jerry Lawler, and Jeff. Tommy Gilbert. Well, Tommy, you did accomplish one thing. You got Robert Fuller barred from the ring in that match with Gary Young.
Well, that I'll have to say one thing, that really that's Randy Hales that did that, because he came to me and he was the one that has done all of this. And I'd just like to thank Randy. But Fuller, I want to tell you something right now. You wanted me to join you and your group in the stable. I'm a loner, man. I've always been a loner. This man here will have to tell you that I've always been that way, and that's the way that I will stay. And Young, I want to tell you something now. You're talking about my time has been and already been around. What goes around comes around. This man right here can teach you more about wrestling, and I'm not bragging. That is a fact. And whenever we step in the ring, I'm going to show you, because I have already forgot more than you'll ever know, fooling with people like Robert Fuller, Jimmy Golden, Tojo, and all the rest of them. Because I've been there, and I've come back, and I'm still ready to go. And whenever you step in the ring with me, I'm going to show you what wrestling is all about. Because, Gary, you can clean out the stable all you want to, man, because I know it's going to be a heck of a smell whenever you do. This man don't dig down nowhere like that for nobody. I don't care who it is. There's only one person, or say, Lance, a family. That's the only way that I'll go in it like that.
Well, I know exactly what your personal feelings are about it, Tommy. And I will say this, that you get a clean shot at gorgeous Gary Young with Fuller barred from the ringside. I think it's going to be a very interesting lesson for Mr. Young when he says that you're past and your teaching days are over with.
Lance, have I ever stepped out here and really told you a lie about what I was going to do?
We've had some differences, but you've never lied to me about it. You've been pretty straight up on what you felt.
You better tell that to Gary then, because that's what he's going to get. Gary, remember, this man has already been there. You haven't yet.
Okay, Tommy Gilder, we'll be interested to see the action when that one comes up. We're ready now, Dave, I think, for more action inside the ring, as the great Senshi will be in action right here on CWA. Championship Wrestling action.
Here comes Senshi with Tojo Yamamoto right behind him. Senshi up onto the ring apron. 1 fall, 15-minute time limit match. Tommy King out of Kentucky at 215 pounds will be going against from Tokyo, Japan at 225.
Prejudice.
Come on, Tojo. Listen, we don't...
Every time when my Senshi wrestle, you prejudice. You knock him and everything.
I'm not prejudiced
I like
in
to
there,
take the
Tojo.
commentator. Let me commentate.
Hey, no, you don't need to be commentating, Tojo.
I commentate. Yo, Shoji, let's go. What are
you putting your stuff out here on the desk?
Never mind. That's not your business. You just leave it there. You understand? You just leave it.
Now, you don't...
You see how much great Senshi is doing? He's one of the greatest Senshi in Japan. You understand? He have all kind of credentials. He have karate, martial arts, he have jiu-jitsu, he have kendo, aikido, everything. You understand?
Yeah.
No, you always, when you commentate, Lance, I want to tell you, you always knock my boy.
Wait a minute. Listen. As long as you're going to insist on being out here, let me ask you one thing. Are you... Are you... Are you part of the stud stable or not? Are you in the stud stable or not?
Me not in a stud stable. I'm in ally. Me and Mr. Robert Foot ally. Now I like to call Mr. Robert Foot and Sylvia. I have something because... you know, Robert Foot is a very smart man. I'm very proud of him. I like to make a presentation to Mr. Robert Foot, Sylvia.
You want to make a presentation to Robert Fuller. Yeah, you see, what a memory you got. You've forgotten what...
Mr. Roberto Fuller, presentation for you. And Sylvia, presentation for Japanese.
That's my name in Japanese writing. Come on, get a close-up on it.
Well, we got to see. Of course, it may explode when you open it up.
You know, Tojo humbles me out here. You know what? He's a great guy.
Oh, you hear Robert Fuller.
You got me something. Oh, that's very nice of you, Tojo. Very nice. Very nice. You know, I changed all of my feelings about Japanese people. Lance, you know,
I remember some of your other feelings about Tojo.
And I've been talking with Tojo. Look at this. Geisha girl.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, yeah, just what I wanted. Just what I wanted.
Touching.
Just what I've been wanting. I'll put it on for later. Tojo. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, fellas. Yeah. Why don't we...
That's wonderful, Lance.
Yeah, that's marvelous, Robert. Yeah. Tojo seems to have forgotten some of the things that were previously said about him. Hey, listen, we want to bring to your attention about a video that I think you might be interested in. This is a very special video that has to do with our own Jerry the King Lawler, the new World Heavyweight Champion. Take a look at this, please.
From the beginning of his career, through all his battles, all the many wars, all but one title was his, the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, facing the stipulation of retirement, he would journey to the ring to face yet his greatest challenge. Jerry Lawler, the King, the Challenger. Kurt Hennig, the reigning AWA World Champion. And special referee, the legendary Jackie Fargo. Now, the most talked about championship match is the most exciting video cassette ever. The Battle for the Belt. It's all here. The interviews, the entrances, the main event, and the press conference that follows. 60 minutes of true Memphis magic. The night the king climbed the mountain for all the world to see. The crowning of a new world champion. And what an unbelievable TV offer. If you act now, you'll receive free with your cassette a copy of this 20-page edition of the Warrior Report. The same one sold at the Coliseum that night. It's loaded with action photos and an exclusive interview with the king himself. Plus, as an added bonus, you'll also receive this magnificent full-color poster of the king at no extra charge. Order now. To order by credit card, call 1-800-321-4100. If ordering by mail, send $29.95 plus $3 shipping to Road to the Championship Video. P.O. Box 3020, Cherry Hill, New Jersey, 08034. Sorry, no CODs or betas. Allow 4 weeks for delivery.
We've got a lot of questions concerning the King and his activities since he became the world heavyweight champion. We've got a brand new video I think you may be interested in seeing. Take a look at it right now. Jerry the King Lawler, world heavyweight champion. Here it is. Unmercifully on that eye. And the referee keeps checking it, but Lawler stops Fargo from giving the match. Boom! And Lawler with the right hand puts Hennig down. He's a long way from through. This guy with this amazing ability to come back. The King, Jerry Lawler, shoots him on a catapult into the turnbuckle. Hennig is down. The crowd wants Lawler to come over and cover up. He covers. 1, 2. He got him! A new world heavyweight champion, Jerry Lawler. Kind of an interesting video put together on the King and his life on the road and so forth since becoming the world heavyweight champion. Speaking of the King, let's get him out here. Complete with what is certainly one of the most prized possessions in the world, the World Heavyweight Championship belt. Jerry.
I got it right here, Lance. They said there were some calls. You know, I guess I did come out here once without the belt, and all of a sudden people started calling the front desk, said, has he lost the belt?
Lost the belt?
It's right here, still in my possession, and that's where I hope it's going to remain for quite a while. You know, there has been a lot of traveling, a lot of matches around the country and stuff, but the thing that I regret the most about it, the fact is that it's taken my attention away from this area at a time when, if you ask me, there needs to be some business taken care of right around here. And if you people have been watching the show today, you know what I'm talking about. This Robert Fuller And the Sylvia in downtown Berlin, this whole stud stable, I mean, it's getting a little bit out of hand. I mean, they're basically trying to take over the whole television show. And I wanted to, I wanted to come out here. I wanted to say a few words about this Sylvia. Now, I mean, Robert Fuller really thinks that he must think she's a real hot number, But now, she wasn't born yesterday, I can assure you that, because nobody could get that ugly in just 24 hours. I'll tell you something about Sylvia. Has anybody noticed how skinny she is?
She isn't overweight.
No, she isn't overweight. She is so skinny that if she turns sideways, you can't see her. But when she turns front ways, you wish she had turned sideways again. I'm telling you, she's skinny.
That's skinny.
She's that skinny. If it wasn't for her acne, she'd have no shape at all. Have you seen her up close? That face of hers? I'm telling you. When people are saying it's rough all over, they're talking about Sylvia's skin. She's that rough looking now, Lance. I want to tell you. She just she thinks she's great. She's like this. What was the other ballet they had in here before? Missy Hyde. All of these ballets, they think they're really in demand. Sylvia could rob a bank and not even be wanted. That's how bad she is. But enough about that. Let me tell you about being a world champion, Lance. It's just there's a lot of traveling. As a matter of fact, this week coming up, I'm going to be in this coming week. I'm going to be in Wednesday, as a matter of fact, in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm going to be in Anaheim, California on Friday, and then back to Las Vegas on Saturday for another ESPN taping. And there is just, like I said, there's a lot of traveling involved. And there's a lot of
speaking of...
You can't come out here and talk about me like that. Self-proclaimed king of Memphis. He's running. He's the Pillsbury Doughboy in drag. Look at him. He's a big dog of Lord. I don't have to take this.
I heard, Sylvia, they put your picture in jail for pure sex offense.
No. Look at you. You're 10 pounds.
Robert Fuller out. Waller going after him. Slams Fuller's head down. Oh, and Sylvia nailed him right in the face with a handful of powder as Fuller slams him down on a chair and goes after Waller. Waller talking to Sylvia. Here comes Jeff Jarrett. Boy, and he bangs away on Robert Fuller. Sylvia jumps right on his back. And Fuller pounds to the midsection. Waller getting back into the action. Where's Sylvia? Right up in the ring. Waller going for a pile driver on Sylvia. And here comes Senshi. Slams Waller from behind while Yamamoto beats on him with a stick. Jarrett and Fuller going at it down on the floor while Senshi and Yamamoto pounding away on Waller with that kendo stick. Jarrett's head slammed into the ring post by Fuller. Yamamoto beating away.
Fuller slamming Jeff Jarrett's arm repeatedly into that middle ring post.
Here comes Billy Travis, Max Payne, Shawn Baxter, and Fuller and company finally take off. Fuller snuck around behind the ring and jumped Waller from behind.
They're looking at Billy's helping the King back up on his feet after he had powder thrown in his eyes, some sort of powder by Sylvia.
Jeff seems to be okay.
Yeah,
he was pounded on that ring post in there as Lawler was up in the ring, and he was about to fix that Sylvia good when Senshi jumped in from behind, as both of them go out nursing the bruises from the action in there. Okay, we're ready to move on to our next match, Dave, if I can.
Got a handicap match coming up here.
Well, maybe not.
No handicap?
Let's see. Reddy is in the ring Yeah, it's going to be a single match.
All right, just going to be Reddy going against Max Payne. Reddy is out of, well, he's out of parts unknown, as a matter of fact, under the mask, and he weighs in at about 212 pounds. Max Payne out of Salt Lake City, Utah at 3:03, a 1-fall 15-minute time limit match. Jerry Calhoun is the referee. All right, big Max Payne going against Reddy.
Calhoun still got a limp, Davey, from getting his ankle injured in there in that previous match.
Yeah, I asked Jerry a moment ago back in the dressing room what happened, as neither of us saw exactly what happened, just saw him in pain outside the ring, and he said Phil Hickerson had rolled over his ankle and kind of sprained his ankle a bit, and that's the reason he was favoring that ankle when he left there.
Right off the bat, that's going to do it when Hickerson, as big as he is.
Yeah, 280 pounds.
Yeah.
Max Payne, big right hand. Jerry Calhoun tells him keep the fist open. Speaking of Phil Hickerson, just came wandering in here with a CWA heavyweight belt and a chain. Ready, battling Max Payne. Max fires him into the rope.
Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to get Hickerson out of the way. Big power slam, and Giant Max gets a 1-2-3.
Yeah, this match over. Big Max Payne wins it.
Hickerson leaving town in a hurry when Max comes out of that ring. So the official was
Max Payne, about a minute 11.
Minute 11 seconds. Timeout and back in a moment. To be back into the action here, by golly, in just one moment. I do, in fact, want to remind you again that Channel 7's Championship Wrestling will be on next week, different day, different time. Sunday, 12:30 will be the time for our CWA action. We hope you'll spread the word. Next Sundays, 12:30 is the time for the Championship Wrestling action. Okay, we want to talk about some of the stuff coming up Wednesday night. Brother, let me tell you one thing. You're talking about action. There's not going to be a whole lot of wrestling, but there's going to be a whole lot of action. One of them will be that CWA heavyweight title match, and that's Max Payne going after Phil Hickerson. You're also going to be seeing a match in there with Jerry the King Lawler and Jeff Jarrett going against Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden. And you know Jeff's got that big new cast on his arm. Also, there will be a grudge match when the great Senshi will be tangling with Billy Travis. Tojo dismisses it as nothing. Let's take a listen to see what Billy Travis has to say.
You know, I've been wrestling here around 4 years or so. You know, it comes every once in a while. There comes a few guys that wants a rough shot over our hometown. Me, Jerry Lawler, Jeff Jarrett's been wrestling here probably the longest than anybody here. Now, Robert Fuller, Tojo, and the great Senshi, they want to try to rough shot over everybody. Well, let me tell you guys something. Lawler and Jarrett's going to take care of you, Fuller, and I guarantee you in Evansville, Indiana, I'm going to take care of you, Senshi, and you, Tojo, too.
Yeah, that's what Travis has to say about it. And I'll guarantee you this kid is tough enough that he's not going to make it so easy for the great Senshi. You forget that Travis is one half of the Southern Tag Team Championship team, and it should be an excellent match. All of them are going to be good. Coming up Wednesday night in the Evansville Coliseum, headlined by that Jerry the King Lawler, the World Heavyweight Champion, teaming with Jeff Jarrett to go against Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden. Plenty of action coming Wednesday night. No exception this Wednesday night. Be there. Okay, we're going to be in the ring here in just a moment. Billy Travis and Brickhouse Brown. Jeff?
Robert Fuller, I'm talking to you, buddy. I know you're back there. Now, you've broken Coke bottles, you've strangled me, and you've broken my arm. And I'm not going to forget any of that. And like I said before, I'm not going to let my soul rest till I put a cast on you, on some part of your body. But you've done something, brother, that you should have never done. And that's get Kingfish hot. And I guarantee you one thing. He's going to be just as mad, just as angry, and he's going to want to do just as much damage to you, Fuller. Brother, I'm coming at you with everything I got, and this cast is going to be the first thing to hit you.
Jerry?
Let me just say one thing. Make it short, and I'm going to make it sweet. You just had Fuller, you just had Senshi, you just had Tojo, you just had Sylvia. You all shot your best shot, Fuller, and I'm still standing right here just the same way I'm going to be when that match is over this week. So come on, Fuller, you and Golden and Tojo and Senshi, all of you. anytime, anywhere, when we get our hands on you, like Jeff said, we're going to hurt somebody, we're going to cripple somebody, and somebody else, namely you, Fuller, and you, Golden, are going to be wearing the cast around here from now on.
Terry Lawler and Jeff Jarrett think it ought to be some kind of a confrontation when they get together in the ring. Speaking of getting into the ring, the referee, Jerry Calhoun, is limping it out, and here comes Bunkhouse.
Yeah, Bunkhouse, right.
Okay, Dave.
All right, this is going to be a match to the expiration of time. Introducing out of Miami, Florida, if that's all right with downtown Bruno, Brickhouse Brown at 225 pounds. Going against him out of Lexington, Kentucky, 230 pounds, Billy Travis. This match to the expiration of time. Jerry Calhoun, the referee. Downtown Bruno in the corner of Brickhouse. Beg your pardon, Bunkhouse Brown.
Okay, Billy Travis out off the ropes, and Brickhouse taking over on that arm drag as Travis. Yes, I understand, downtown. Referee Jerry Calhoun now looking at a double top wrist lock. Woo, good move by Brown. That'll solve it. Yeah. We just call him Brown.
Brown. Well, it's obvious that it's Brown, but his name is Bunkhouse. I'm white. You don't say white. What are you, a racist?
All right. You know. Travis now wraps the arm around Brickhouse. Cowboy.
Yeah. Cowboy. Miami, Florida, right?
Yeah, he's got him in some fine company with the stud stable and all.
Did I hear the stud stable? Did I hear my name? You know, Bunkhouse Brown is a good boy. He's one of the greatest that's gotten the stud stable, and it's a good thing he got rid of all the other mismanagement and everything else. Now he's with the premier organization in professional wrestling. Naturally, the CWA has got the greatest talent in the world. And the greatest talent to go against the talent is right there in the stud stable. Robert Fuller, Jimmy Golden, Gary Young, Bunkhouse Brown, Sylvia, Downtown Bruno, Phil Hickerson. We got it all, baby. Because Mama says it bees that way sometimes. And look what he's doing to Billy Travis. See, Billy Travis has been a fixture around here for a long time. So we decided we was going to send Bunkhouse out to beat him on TV today. And that's exactly what we're getting ready to do, is beat him. Look at him. He's suffering. We're beating him like a dog. And it's wonderful, Lancer. It's wonderful because, you know, downtown Bruno never lies. You can go north, south, east, and west. But if you ain't downtown, you ain't nowhere. Here we are, baby, doing a Harlem Shuffle. A little jelly jive, baby. Mama says it bees that way.
You got that right. Jelly jive and a half. He gets up there and starts that hot dog stuff. That's when he gets vulnerable. And I'll tell you, you may think that Travis is some pushover. He shouldn't. He's got another thing coming. One! He got a 2 count, just about a 2 count. He really was kicking out as 2 was coming down.
You're right, too. If Brickhouse starts hot dogging, that's exactly, Billy Travis is exactly the type wrestler that will take advantage of it, put his shoulders on the mat, and Brickhouse will walk out of here wondering what happened.
Yeah. I don't know anybody that Billy thinks is too big that he can't tangle with. Son of a gun is a tough wrestler. You better believe it. Referee telling downtown Bruno to get it back around to the corner. Billy with both hands to the midsection and goes to the head with the right hand. Ooh, Brickhouse. Excellent wrestler in his own right. He's just got such a lousy attitude. That's our only complaint with him.
And strange friends, too.
Yeah.
Bruno.
Oh, what was that?
I don't know. He just passed something into the ring to Brickhouse. I don't know what it was.
Whip. And big elbow. He's got it in his left hand, Dave, whatever it is. Oh, it's a glove, right. Travis slams his head down into the top turnbuckle pad. Catches him with a right hand, and Calhoun moves him around into position. Boom. Oh, yeah. The Brickhouse came off of there. He caught Travis. Travis a little bit careless. Of course, you're more vulnerable when you're going for that backdrop than you are on almost any situation. It looks like that Calhoun is going for the glove. Uh-oh.
DQ because of that glove. Brickhouse Brown's going to lose it.
Well, it obviously is not just some kind of a glove there. It's got to be some kind of loaded glove.
Yeah.
Travis rolls out of there, and he is still holding his head where Brickhouse Brown rattled him right across the skull with it. Travis picks up a chair.
Look out.
Woo! And Billy cleans the ring out. Nobody said that Brickhouse and Downtown were fools. So it's Travis by a disqualification, Dave. And we've got to take a break, and we'll be back in a moment. Robert Fuller hour here today. Man, I tell you, I'm just about had it right up to the gills with that son of a gun. I got to tell you, want to review it for us?
Well, they were all out here. Phil Hickerson running his mouth. He won the CWA heavyweight championship, and he said, I'm going to make this a championship match against Shawn Baxter. Well, it took a couple of them, but Hickerson did win the match and keep the belt. Robert Fuller then back won his match. Great Cincy with Tojo won a match today. Max Payne was a winner. And it was Billy Travis winning over Brickhouse Brown in the expiration of time match when Brickhouse was disqualified because Bruno passed a loaded glove. Must have been a loaded glove into him, and he put it on, and the referee saw it and said, you're out of here.
That's the official things that happened inside the ring, but as so often happens, it was the things that were not official, and it does not tell the entire story. Well, Fred, we got to get on out of here, but fortunately next week we'll be right back again. For Dave Brown, Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.